Welcome to the Courthouse, the ceremonial switching on of our solar array. I told everybody we couldn't do it unless we had a cartoonishly large switch that we could all switch, and there it is. So my name is Joshua Feldmark. I am the Sustainability Director for Howard County, and before I go through the agenda, I just wanted to introduce a couple of important people who are here today to celebrate. I'll start with the Director of the Maryland Energy Administration, Beth Tung is here. Delegate Lorig Charkoudian is here. Delegate Pam Queen is here and will be here shortly. Delegate Jessica Feldmark is here. I said this last time, she's without a doubt one of my top 5 favorite delegates. Councilman David Youngman is here. I don't see her, but Councilwoman Christiana Rigby is supposed to be here, so we can pretend she's here. Representing Senator Ben Cardin, Jessica Cook is here. And I believe I have this right, representing Senator Van Hollen, Mandy Heinel is here. Sheriff Marcus Harris is here. Sheriff has a special place in my heart for making this happen today. And I want to recognize the activists who really made this entire thing happen. Representing Congressman Sarbanes. Hey, sorry, give us your name. Vicky Garcia, yes, Vicky Garcia, representing Congressman. Sorry, Maureen literally just told me that. And yeah, so I want to recognize the activists who continue to push us and continue to support us in our fight against climate change. Representatives from HOCO Climate Action and Howard County Sierra Club are here. Okay, so when we did the first, the groundbreaking over at Triple Creek Farm, I said then, and it's even more true now, that we are getting calls from around the state, from around the country, that are saying, how did you guys do this in Howard County? We've been trying to do something like that, and it doesn't work for this reason or that reason. And I'll say it again, it's not a secret. It's not some sort of magic formula. It's having all your supporters there, having all hands on deck. It's having the political courage, and it's working. It is just getting to the table and having all of the partners just carve through every tiny little barrier that's in your way. And so many of the people you see here are the ones who are around that table, who are working through all of those details. And we're very proud of this. And so the first person I want to introduce to talk is the one who represents both the hard work and the political courage, County Executive Calvin Ball.
Thank you so much, Josh, and I just want to take a moment to publicly thank Josh and his entire team. There are often times when, as any of you who care about these issues know, there's a great deal of rhetoric. However, it's the people who come together who I'm able to keep pushing and who keep saying we'll continue to do more, who turn that rhetoric into reality. I'd like to welcome you to our beautiful new circuit courthouse, and again I want to thank Sheriff Harris for his partnership and for helping to host us today. Thank you so much, Sheriff. And I want to echo Josh's remarks in thanking all of our partners who have joined us today. This is not just significant for Howard County, but it's significant for the entire state of Maryland and the region. for our global fight against climate change and our needed progress toward energy independence. And that's why we're here today, to discuss the giant leap we're taking, making Howard County a leader in solar energy and ensuring a positive, clean energy future for our next generation. Today, we electrify the first of 11 solar projects as part of our power purchase agreement. The Howard County Power Purchase Agreement is the largest of its kind in the state of Maryland. And through the PPA, CI Renewables will, at no cost to the county, thank you very much, construct, operate, and maintain the solar panels and associated solar energy generation equipment at its sole expense. Please give them a huge round of applause. This innovative agreement will allow us to buy power off solar arrays developed on both county-owned land, like what we see behind me and in front of us today, as well as private-owned land in Howard County, like Triple Creek Farm. This bold agreement will generate an amazing 44 million kilowatt hours a year, and that will cover more than 75% of the county's energy usage. With 75% of our energy generated in Howard County, we're taking a giant leap toward that true energy independence. 44 million kilowatt hours of carbon-free power is the equivalent of taking about 6,800 cars off the road. More than 45 million pounds of coal burned, or the annual electricity usage of about 5,700 homes. Howard County will pay the exact same price for this power as we do currently for power bought through the Regional Purchasing Cooperative. Additionally, through this financially responsible plan, we have price stability with our price locked in for 25 years. These solar arrays will be throughout our community, and as I mentioned, will be on both public and private land. From rooftops to carports to ground mounts, we're maximizing our ability to capture solar energy at our libraries, firehouses, police stations, and our new Circuit Courthouse, and more. This solar power agreement allows the county to meet our ambitious renewable energy generation goals and reduce greenhouse gas emissions without any upfront costs. A couple of other amazing details about the Courthouse project. The Courthouse solar array is one of a few in the agreement that is a dual array. In this case, a ground mount and a rooftop array. This project will generate 1.1 million kilowatt hours a year, which was enough to push the courthouse from LEED silver to LEED gold. Additionally, the ground mount array you see here will have pollinator habitat growing under it. Yes, good. And for those of you who may not know, 1 of every 3 bites that we take into our food is because of a pollinator. So we need to protect our pollinators. And finally, I'd like to thank Dr. Mary Beth Tung and the Maryland Energy Administration who helped make this PPA a reality through a public facility solar grant of nearly $1 million. Thank you, Dr. Tung. Now is our time, and we cannot wait a minute longer. Now is our chance to make Howard County the leader in clean solar energy, for it is truly now or never in our fight against climate change. Now more than ever, we see the need for that true energy independence, and together we can continue to create a cleaner, more sustainable environment, protect our planet, and power the future. Thank you.
Good morning. I don't have the long legs of the county executive, so I had to use the stairs. It's really great to be here in Howard County. I am from Howard County, so it's really awesome to be here in my home county. And actually, I spent a lot of time about where the entrance to the courthouse is in the old building when I was chair of the tech council. So when I turned down Bendix and saw the courthouse, like, wow. I hadn't seen it before, and I live just down the road on 108, so I'll be using some of these electrons. So thank you to everyone who helped make this possible. I want to thank our friends at Howard County for having me in my home county here today, along with my team from the Maryland Energy Administration to help make all this happen. We have the Program Division Director, Eric Kaufman. We stole him fair and square from Montgomery County for Montgomery County folks. And he worked for some time with Leah Miller on this and other projects. So the two of them have been longtime friends, and just highlights the partnerships that we all have, regardless of where we work. Our solar senior manager, David Comas, is here as well. And the solar manager, Abby Antonini, who the two of them work very closely together. She's also here. So if you have any questions about the project in particular and our end of it, those two can help you out. We also have a communications manager, Jemiah Sharp Moore is in back there. We stole her fair and square from the state of Pennsylvania. Don't worry, I don't have my eye on any Howard County people yet. So I really wish to congratulate County Executive Calvin Ball and Josh Feldman. He and I go back a ways as well. The Howard County government and the CI Renewables team for supporting this project and putting it in, actually. It's great to see all of you again, another part of the project here in Howard County since I was at the last groundbreaking that happened. It's good to see this one actually get turned on. Investing in renewable energy is a massive win for the state and for Howard County because we're creating jobs, we're supporting economic growth by reducing energy costs, and addressing environmental concerns shared by all Marylanders. And my favorite is we are saving taxpayer dollars. Governor Hogan's original $4 million pledge and grants to aid large public institutions, community colleges, and universities to deploy solar arrays on existing buildings and sites has led MEA to take action through the Public Facility Grant Program, which was mentioned by the county executive and also by Mr. Feldman, and to keep that commitment that the governor made. Today, we are seeing the results of one of 7 solar projects for which Howard County has received $900,000 in aggregate, I think it was a little bit more than that, of funds from MEA. This is a comprehensive undertaking, as all of you have heard and will hear about as we go through today, that will serve Howard County and overall the state of Maryland in its clean energy efforts. I've said it before and will say it again, that solar arrays on public institutions like our public buildings demonstrates our support for the development of clean and renewable energy while providing cost savings that will help meet our climate and renewable energy goals. Again, I'm honored to join you in this ceremony, and thank you for the opportunity to speak here today. MEA is proud to have provided resources toward this impactful project, and we are also delighted to be part of this collective effort, so thank you very much.
Thank you. It's an absolute honor to be here. Thank you for inviting me. You might have heard we finished the legislative session at midnight last night, and I'll tell you a secret. We didn't all go to bed at 12:05. And it was a good session too. We passed Climate Solutions Now Act, and thanks to so many of you who advocated for that. I passed two of my own bills. I'll just take a minute to brag about, because one of them really builds on an extraordinary project that MEA has been doing, the resiliency hubs, the local microgrids in low-income communities, and so my bill builds on that, and another one that's about low-income energy efficiency, making sure our energy efficiency dollars are going to folks who struggle the most. So clean energy and energy efficiency and microgrids, electric school buses and transitioning the fleet and more trees, and so it was a good session. When I was invited to talk here today, I was like, it's been a busy session. I'm not sure that I'm gonna have a lot of time to prepare. And then I was told, well, basically you're gonna get to hang out in front of a bunch of solar panels with visionary political leadership and grassroots movements that make these things happen in the state. And I was like, how could I turn down that opportunity? So here I am, and thank you for that. And what I want to say is that I think it's been said, we face an existential crisis. We have these choices that we're making as policymakers every single day. And each day, the choices that we make or don't make, the policies that we pass or don't pass have consequences on lives that either will be cut short, will be miserable, or lives that could be lived 10, 15, 20 years from now, but also right now, today, lives that could be lived in a fulfilling way or lives that will be cut short. And we need to make it clear every time we're making decisions about putting solar panels in the ground, and every decision we're making about energy efficiency and clean energy, that it is about the quality and the length of lives for ourselves, for our children, for generations to come all over the world. And we know that people who are already struggling the most, low-income communities, communities of color, are the ones who are also suffering most acutely right now and into the future. And so this is both a climate issue, it's a survival issue, but it's also a racial and a social justice issue. And so we have got to get this right. So having said that, I want to say that what I'm particularly excited about what's happening right here in Howard County, we know that the technology is almost there. There's more technological work that we need to do over the next 10 years. But for the most part, we know what the technology is to make this transition. And we know what it's going to look like. We need to invest in a little more, but we know what the next 10 years is going to give us. And really what we need to do is get the policies right. We need to get the financing right. And we need to have the political will to push through some of the hard decisions. And when we put all those things together, we get the packages that actually get clean electrons onto the grid. And that is what you have done here in Howard County. You put the package together right, you got the policy right, you got the financing right, and now these electrons are about to start flowing. I'm honored to be here with you to celebrate the beginning of that, to cheer you on, and to support the replication of this incredible work you're doing here all over the state, all over the country, and all over the world. Thank you.
Good morning, I think. Glad to see you all here. I had to take the steps. I was up past 12:05, so we didn't want to have any accidents here this morning. So, as was stated, I serve on the Economic Matters Committee in the Banking and Commercial Law and Consumer Protection Subcommittee. And so I am always concerned about how we bring business together with government to get results. And so we had a great session, as Delegate Charkoudian stated. Probably one of the best, certainly that I've seen, that we got a lot for everyone this session. I think everyone can go home and say, we brought something home, something that was a part of your important interest. We brought it home this session. So just for saying that, let's give us in the Maryland General Assembly a hand today. So we were certainly doing the work of our residents here in Maryland. So as policymakers, you know, and serving on the House Economic Matters Committee, we're always pleased when the enabling legislation we do comes to fruition, right? You get it done. And that takes, as Delegate Charkoudian stated, it takes willpower, it takes knowing the policy, it's bringing together all the players to make it happen. And you've done that so well here in Howard County. And so we really thank you for this. I mean, you are doing it. You had the first project for our county. You had the first, or not my county, sorry, I'm going to talk about that in a minute. First project for the state. And you've really paved the way for other counties to do this. And I come from Montgomery County, and we don't really like not being the first and the best at doing certain things. So we're going to change that really soon. And so we really want to thank you for doing this. This is great work, and we want to continue this collaboration and this partnership. And so thank you for doing this, and we're going to follow your model, and we're going to show you how we do it just a little better in Montgomery County. Thank you.
Hi all. I'm not an elected official, so this is very exciting. Clean Capital is a clean energy investment platform that is connecting solar sites around the country with the capital that they need to make them happen. And I will say, of the 300 or so sites that we have around the country, this one is one of our team's favorites, mostly because of the people in this room and the communities surrounding it. I just have to thank you all for the courage that you've had around your sustainability plans and the commitment that you've had to make them happen. We are very proud to be a part of this array and the 11 more sites to come. Nope, we can add one in, 10 more sites to come. And just really thrilled to be here today. So thank you all. Thank you for the hard work everyone's put in, especially our team, and really looking forward to seeing the next set.
Good morning. I'm delighted to be here. This is the first of 18 separate solar projects that we're going to empower here and supply clean, solar, inexpensive energy to Howard County. It's good to see you, so many of you who were here last July at our groundbreaking at Triple Creek, and I'm happy to report that construction is well underway at Triple Creek, and we expect that to be commercially operational this fall, which will, this project is going to produce over 1 million kilowatt hours. Triple Creek will produce over 12 million kilowatt hours. In the months to come, we're going to put solar projects at the East Columbia Library, the Howard County Detention Center, the Ullman Building, the Skaggsville Public Safety Complex, East Columbia 50 Center, and the Waterloo Fire Station. So stay tuned. All of this, as you've heard, are the direct result of the vision and leadership of County Executive Calvin Ball and his initiative on climate change and drive for clean energy at Howard County. Together with the senior leadership of Howard County, we've achieved, as Josh rightly says, a public-private partnership to build solar on both public and private land for the benefit of the county, all with no capital invested by Howard County. There are numerous members of the Howard County administration who deserve a thank you, but first and foremost, as I mentioned in July, 2 people, and Josh didn't take a bow, but Josh Feldmark needs to take a bow. And I echo what he said, Leah Miller needs to take a curtsy. They have both spent countless hours driving this project, coordinating other departments, and staying focused on achieving what we've tried to put together, what we did put together more than 2 years ago, despite the pandemic, despite everything else that went on. In addition, I want to recognize some other people from the county who were instrumental in this project, as well as in all the other projects that we're working on. Norman Parker, the Department of Law. Sharon Walsh of the Bureau of Facilities. Tom Minair of the Department of Public Works. Sheriff Marcus Harris. And Adriana Luffman and David John of the Bureau of Facilities. Each of them in their own way helped bring us to this day, and we thank them for their support and cooperation. In addition, this whole project wouldn't have happened without the firm, strong support of the Howard County Council. So I thank them for that. As well as the Zoning and Planning Board, members of the Zoning and Planning Board, and you'll be seeing more of us, and we continue to look forward to your support. In addition, thank you to Mary Beth Tung and her colleagues at the Maryland Energy Administration. Without it, it wouldn't happen. And a very special thank you to our friends from Whiting Turner Contracting Company, which is acting as the general contractor and construction manager on the majority of these projects, as they have done for us at CI Renewables more than 15 times over the last decade. Thank you, gentlemen and ladies. Thanks again to Clean Capital, Julia Bell and her colleagues. With her, Laura Tamjarv, the Clean Capital Director of Acquisition, is here, as well as other colleagues. Thank you to Clean Capital. Finally, a note of personal thanks and gratitude to my colleagues Josh Smith, who unfortunately contracted COVID last Friday, so he couldn't be here. But he's okay. Walter Serafin, Luke Smith, and Eric Metcalf, who have been in the trenches, including arranging for this. This is the least of their jobs. But I thank you for your efforts, gentlemen. As I mentioned last July, and as the delegates have mentioned, this is a direct result of the legislative and regulatory framework in Maryland that promotes solar energy. With your continued support and the support of the Public Service Commission, CI Renewables can do the same thing at other Maryland counties. Call me up, I'll give you a card. As well as cities and public schools, to help make solar energy a reality in those communities and for the betterment of everyone. Well, thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you sometime in the fall at Triple Creek.
We thought it would be much more fun if instead of doing a ceremonial ribbon cutting, we flipped a giant switch. And by the way, that is actually connected to the no, it's not. But if all of everybody who spoke and the electeds would gather at the giant switch, we will turn this solar array on.